Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So this is the second video in the Docker series. So in this video, we are going to see how to install the Docker. So to install the Docker, first we need to download the Docker software. To download the Docker software, just visit the Docker website. In the Docker website, you can able to see the download symbol. In the download symbol, you can they are going to offer three types of versions. One is the Linux supported version, Windows supported version, and Mac supported version. Based on your win system, you can download the respective version. So I'm going to download the Windows one. So this is the Windows one. If you click this one, the file is going to be downloaded to the your system. So I already downloaded this one, so that's why I'm going to double click this one. Once you double click this one, it is asking us to permissions. Okay, so I'm going to give the accept a permission. Okay, once you accept this one, so the Docker installation is started. So it will show you how to the installation process to us. It is asking all user installation or pre user request. If it is personal, your personal laptop, right? So if it is your personal laptop, you can choose all user installation only. Okay, so once you click the all user installation, the Docker installation process is started. So what is the version? You can able to see the version is 4.73.1 version is starting. So it is going to unzip the files and installing the respective dependencies in our system. Just wait for a couple of minutes. The deployment, the installation process will be completed. So it is taking more than I expected, so just wait for few more minutes. It is, so now you can see the process is started. So first it is unpacking the all the files, and now it is started the installation. The installation is success. Once the installation is completed, you can see the icon in the desktop. Just open the desktop. Okay, you can see that icon. Just double click that one. So now Docker is opening. So now you can see it is asking your permissions. So license agreement. So that's why I'm accepting that one. If you want, you can read that, or else you can simply accept that one. So it now again it is asking us to log in. So for my recommendation is log in with the Gmail. That will be help in future. If you want to host your applications in the Docker Hub, you have to log in definitely. So for now, I'm skipping. Later we can log in while working, while we are pushing our application to the Docker Hub. That time we can log in and we can work on it. For now, for initial step of setup now, so you can skip this one. That's not a problem. So now Docker engine is starting. Just wait for a few more minutes. The Docker will be started. It is taking some more time. Okay, just wait for a few more minutes. We will see the Docker homepage. So you can see now Docker image, Docker is started. So once Docker is started, you can able to see all these things. Okay, so this is a Docker container, and these are the images, and here you can able to see logs, and here is the volumes, what are the available ones. Here you can see the build section. So model, like this multiple things is available in Docker image. So all these things we will discuss in the upcoming videos, but in this video we are going to only focus on the Docker only, right? So now the important factor here we need to understand. So after installing this one, we need to understand what are the things installed in our system. So our we installed only Docker, right? Docker exe file, but Docker exe file itself, it is going to bring the Linux also. You can see it is going to bring the Linux also. Why Docker is bringing the Linux also in our system? So it is the Linux software, right? If you see, so this is a Linux software. So Docker, if you install the Docker by default coming with the Linux software. Why? Because so if you want to run your application, the application is going to run in the Docker as a container. So as a container, the container is as nothing but the one virtual machine. So the OS is the Linux virtual machine. So the container is the Linux virtual machine. If you want to interact with that containers, so we need to use the Linux commands only to interact that one. So what we need to have, the Linux servers we can interact by using the Linux OS only, right? So even if you are using the Docker in the Windows system, but Windows system, but we require the Linux OS also. That's why the Docker is bringing the Linux along with it. So this Linux we are going to call as a Windows subsystem for Linux. Okay, this is we are going to call as a WSLD. WSLD means Windows subsystem for Linux. This is the Linux virtual machine. Why it is required? So if Docker need to interact with the Docker containers, Docker containers are the Linux virtual machines. So that's why the interaction purpose, if you execute any command, so it is going to interact with this Linux. The Linux is going to generate the respective metadata information to the containers. That's why we are going to use this Linux. Okay, why? The another reason is the Docker is built on top of the Linux. If you install this system, this Docker in the Windows system, you require the Linux, so it will install the Linux also along with the Docker. So if you install this in Mac, so at that time also it will install the Docker plus Linux. But if you install this one in Docker in the Windows server, so sorry, Linux server, you don't require this one. Why? Because there is already Linux server, right? So that will use the same Linux servers. Okay, so that's the installation process. I hope you understand. In the next video we are going to start about the Docker series. What is the Docker and what are the commands we are going to use in Docker? Okay, thank you for watching.